Yeah, and I think like we might adopt certain things, certain rules of how we go about friendship based on like who's around us. I think like especially with, like this is me generalizing, but with like Gen Z and the whole, well, you didn't read you left me on red or you left me undelivered. I feel like a lot of people actually don't actually care, but they think that they should care about that because that
Hmm.
like them caring about that is a signal of the like importance of the friendship. And when we get into that, we this it can go like it could create like unnecessary rupture. And I think we need to take a step back, like you said, ask ourselves, well, what is actually like important to me? Do I really need frequent text messages or do I need, I've recently I started FaceTiming my friend. He has, gosh, my mind, I'm drawing a blank. He has epilepsy. So what's because I'm not like always able to see him like in person. I FaceTime him a lot more now that because he had an episode recently. So I FaceTime him more. That works for our friendship and he's okay with that. But at the same time, that's like our friendship isn't dependent on that. And I realized that through that I value FaceTime more than that like messaging. Cause for me, I can't like really see your face, I can't really see, what's going on. So I think we definitely need to like reevaluate like, maybe I actually don't want this. Maybe
Hmm.
I don't want you calling me like every week. Maybe it was once a month hangouts. It's like I think that's a huge myth of like frequency. I think it's all about like people think about how things should look isn't actually how things are because we're all human. We're all like complex and how we each want our connections.
Yeah. I say this all the time, like, stop comparing your friendships to other friendships, because the only people who know what's actually happening behind the scenes are the people in the friendship. Even if you watch them on social media, you aren't gonna know.
Yeah.
So, an example of this is I have an acquaintance of mine, and I definitely have seen on social media that she has this kinda, like, friendship trio, and I
Mhm.
assumed they were all like really, really close friends, right? We were at a networking event, and as people do sometimes, they share things with me that maybe they wouldn't share otherwise. And this person was like, yeah, so I've been listening to some of your podcast episodes, and I realized that in this friendship trio, I am close to friend B,
Mhm.
but I'm really not close to friend C. They're really close. So basically, like, 2 sides of this triangle are close, but between friend A and friend C, she was like,
They're
really
not.
don't talk unless it's in a group
Yeah.
message, we don't hang out, we don't," like, I would feel awkward asking what she wants to do.
Mhm.
And I was just like, "Wait, what? What?" Because
Mhm.
the way they portray themselves is that they are just this,
Is
like, tight trio. You don't
yeah.
know.
I
You don't know.
I tend to do that, like, a lot, like, if I see, other people, like, in a group or a group setting, I tend to, like, associate that with, like, closeness or, these people, like, must be, like, very close, they must have, like, a really great connections, and while that can be true, and that also can't be true, I think at the same time, that's that's what works for those people, but it doesn't work for me, like, I shouldn't, um, and I feel like that's can sometimes come up with, like, jealousy. We might feel jealous because of something that we think we should have, but in the end, it actually doesn't work for us. No, I like, last episode, we talked about, like, how I just have people over and I have, like, a whole, get together and we study together, but that doesn't I shouldn't expect that to work for someone else. It just works for me, and I think that we need to invite more variability in how we go about friendships instead of it being like so one way.